Hi, this is Jeannie, and I was just going to show you how I was going to make a very simple fall sign to put on this Halloween, this fall stake. Let me just move that. I haven't used my Bowdabra in a while to show you, so I thought I would use it. And I have just some assorted ribbons that I have from my stash. Of course, all my ribbons came from Trendy, but you know, I've had these for a while, so they could be sold out, but I'll give you a ribbon link so you can find some that are similar. This is a Bowdabra. Now, this part is the Bowdabra. My husband made this board and put some numbers on it so I could measure my ribbon, and it just kind of stabilizes things. All the Bowdabra is, or any of the Bowmakers, just hold your ribbon. So this is like a spring-loaded thing, and let's see. Anyway, so the first thing I'm going to do is cut a piece of this binding wire. It's just a paper-wrapped wire. Just use my wire cutters for that. Drop that right down in the middle of that. Okay. And then I'm just going to start out. This is going to be a really super simple bow. I'm not going to use any loops. It's going to all be just, I started out with pieces cut 14 inches in length. I'm just going to drop that down in the center. So I have pieces that are 14, 12, and 10 or 11 inches. But you can do this so many different ways. There's just no rhyme or reason or no particular way that this has to be done. So drop your ribbons in. Of course, you want your right side up, and just kind of separate your ribbons where this kind of makes an X. Now, this ribbon is not going to be like a bow with tails. It's going to be the same all over. So just take your ribbon. I'm starting out with my 2.5 inch, and then I will use my 1.5 toward closer to the top. But each time I'm going to lay my ribbon down where you can still see, try to see all of your other pieces. So just find your center. And some of these ribbons I actually took out from an old bow. So you can see it's a little bit wrinkled. I could have ironed them, but I just didn't take the time. Okay, so just pull those out where you can keep seeing them. And then I'm going to occasionally drop in and just pick a different pattern. This particular one, I think I've just got one piece. And you just alternate them. There's no particular pattern. You can make this as large or as small as you want. And then I'm going to move up to, I have cut some 12 inches, so we're making them a little bit shorter. And just keep separating them. Kind of space them out where you can still see all your different patterns. I didn't get that one in the center. Pull some up, some down, some to the side. Of course, you can spread this out even a little more after we finish. So I've got some 1.5 that I'm working in here. And there's another 12.5. And I didn't dovetail that, so let me show you how I do that. Just fold that halfways, and then fold it lengthwise, and then cut along that folded edge. And that makes a nice dovetail cut. Okay, I've got a little brown, and I didn't cut that. Usually on a 1.5 and on a 7/8 inch, I usually just cut them at an angle, but you can do however you like. There's another piece of brown. that's 7/8 or 5/8, I'm not sure. It looks more like 5/8. Okay, and then I'm moving on down to like some 12 inches in length. This is just a little plaid. I was not too crazy about it because it's a little bit thinner, but it's okay. And then we've got some more of that glittery. These are all just leftover ribbons, so I really like using those up. I hate for anything to go to waste. Okay, just about done. Oops. That one was not cut either. I intended to do all these before I got started, but you can see I missed. Okay, and then I'm going to finish up. I think these are about right at 10 inches. The gist of it is I'm just making as I work toward the top, making those ribbons just a little bit more narrow. Okay, so now I'm going to press that down and get that stacked as tight as we can, and you can pull that wire up. You can pull that up off the Bowmaker. Just get that out of the way. And I'm going to take that stack and I'm going to pull that tight as I can. Give that a couple of twists. And then I'll bring it around to the bottom. And I'm going to twist that again. And you can actually buy a Bowdabra wire, but I don't do that because what I have, I find that usually when I twist, I break it. So now you want to go back and fluff out your bow. And if you use a zip tie or a chenille stem and you need to cover up that center, you can always come back over with another little strip. This is not going to show. Plus, this bow is going to go out in the yard, so I'm not too worried about it showing. And then I'm just going to kind of fluff out all my different ribbons, make sure they're all, pretty much seen. You can't get them to where you can see every one, but smooth out the tails and fluff them out. Just kind of run your fingers under there. Give them a little bit of a curl. That'll give them a little life. Okay, and then you're going to take your sign and attach it kind of to the top of your sign. I'm just going to use those wires. Just come right around here. Attach that. Just give that a few twists. Got to cut the tag off that sign. And this sign, you can actually hang it. I don't know where it came from, Walmart or Hobby Lobby or somewhere, but you can actually hang it. And what I'm going to do to keep the bow from coming off, it has a hook back here. I'm going to run that floral wire, binding wire, whatever you want to call it, through that, so my bow doesn't come off or the dog doesn't knock it off. So we'll have it fixed either way. Just a minute. That way it'll be nice and secure. I'm not going to worry about this. If it gets wet, it's going to be okay. It's just for a quick little dress up for that sign. And that's it. I used up some scraps and made a cute bow. And it was really, really easy to do. Thanks for watching.